Are the Ravens a lock for the Super Bowl in the AFC? I think that's like a resounding yes.
See, his thing is, it's a trap. Like it's a trap.
Okay.
Not I think that there's a 95% chance that they will. Like they look like 95%. They're I'm like, yeah, no. But then there's always that element that I stick with where it's like, and I'll you know what? I'll use my own boys as an example. My own boys right here. When the Saints were, albeit the robbery that happened in that NFC Championship, but hear me out. This is what I'm gonna say. Because we still played really bad in the NFC Championship despite the robbery. And the thing is, that whole year, every good team we played, I'm talking about blowing them out, especially late in the year, like the Eagles that won the Super Bowl the year before us. We were blowing teams out like 49-3. And it was like, oh man, this Saints team is unstoppable. And I remember everyone saying that. And it's like, right now, yes. But it has to be week to week. And it's like, if they can't maintain the same level of dominance and they run into somebody that's firing hotter that week, it can happen. Like, I know it could happen. It's like, is it likely that happens? No, because they are very, very hot and disciplined, sound. They have everything filled, special teams, offense, defense. But it gets like, that was the Saints too. So it's like, I've seen it literally firsthand with my own squad, where it's like, I just can't say that they couldn't run into somebody that's ready just to give them work that week.
That's fair.
Take them to a very close game and push it out. It could happen, but I don't think it will.
Lamar MVP, Gus Edwards, 13 rushing touchdowns. I mean, the Ravens are just clicking on all factors. And Lamar definitely, I mean, I think he's locking up the MVP like you were saying.
Oh, no
and
doubt.
Also, remember when a team could have had him for 2 firsts?
You know, I was going to say, side note, yeah. Hey, thanks, boys, for choosing Derek Carr over Lamar Jackson. That was big dubs. Big W over here.
Well, it's also like, I know they became available at different times, but like, people were willing to pay Deshaun Watson and that money. And like,
literally,
I don't get it, man.
Side note.
Yeah,
I was pissed off literally driving over thinking about that. It just came to my head randomly.
Some NFL collusion.
Yeah, that was
Isaiah Likely and Zay Flowers have been turning up for the Ravens as well. Geno Stone up to 6 interceptions.
Geno Stone might officially be the most underrated player in the league. I'm not even kidding. Or Gus Edwards too.
It'll be interesting to see if Geno Stone goes into the offseason and gets a bag and performs the same. I'm really interested to see that because that Ravens defense is very good. And it might just be like putting him in a position to succeed.
Oh, I was going to say, I would not be surprised if it's the type of situation where they decide if he asks for a little too much, where they're like, you know what? That's fine. We believe it's a scheme. You know, like you can go make your like Patriot stuff. Like you can go make your money elsewhere. And if and if it doesn't work out, we'll be here for you.
So what is kind of the issue with the Finns right now?
I think it's the same thing that it's been all year. Like, well, number one, they're just not healthy all the way. Like they're just not healthy on the edges, which is huge. Like them losing the edges, the way they have these past few weeks, it's just been detrimental. When you lose Jalen and now you lost Bradley, I think if anything, that's kind of like, it's almost season ending. I hate to say, but especially to go against the Ravens. I mean, let's just call it what it is. We saw it the first time. Well, now you're not going to have Bradley. It's like, I mean, it's like, because that's the team we believe you're going to have to get past.
Luckily, they do have a bright spot with like Achane. Like Achane is like, in my opinion, like we know what he is and what he kind of can be. So, I mean, that's something to look forward to. I mean, honestly, like the Dolphins are just one of those teams, in my opinion, where super hot and cold. Like, I don't know if I'd want to play them, but at the same time, I do want to play them. It's like, it's weird. They're a wild card to me.
That's the thing. Exactly. It's like, let me be clear. Could they still go win the Super Bowl? Like, yes. But it's just back to the likeliness factor. No, I don't think it's likely at all.
And it's really weird saying that about the 2 seed in the AFC.
But the thing is, I have a feeling that they might even just choke that out next week too.
I do too.
Like,
I really do.
It feels really big. It feels like right now they are on a slipping slope. Definitely not a rising one.
A slipping slope.
They're on the slippy slope. They're not on the fucking, what do they call that shit? They're not on the thing that's
escalator.
They're not on the ski escalator. They're on the slope.